But how does abolishing prisons or having open borders fit into that? I mean, do you see how those are ideas that a lot of your Democrats that are warning about what happened here say are toxic? Most of America won't go along with it, are bad ideas.
Constant push and pull between peril and possibilities. It's a battle that's never truly over.
If Jill keeps doing this, Hunter needs to intervene and say, stop doing this to my dad. He sounds like he has marbles in his mouth. He's disoriented. It's not helping his legacy or his image. It's certainly not helping the crowd. I mean, here they are yelling Genocide Joe at him.
Well, I can't sugarcoat it.
So, guys, I thought the Republicans had a serious issue on their hands with the upcoming midterms. What with the likes of Tucker Carlson, Alex Jones, Megyn Kelly, Candace Owens, right? Even Marjorie Taylor Greene, Thomas Massey. These types all turning against Trump and MAGA. But apparently it's not so much of an issue because the Democrats are in an absolute crisis. On top of already having the lowest approval ratings for the Democrats in Congress ever recorded, now you have a socialist takeover. Okay, I've been talking about this for a couple days, and it looks like the socialist takeover, in my opinion, is here to stay. Sleepy Joe, they tried to wheel him out basically in a wheelchair. Practically at this point, he probably should be in a wheelchair because he doesn't appear to be able to walk correctly. But they tried to wheel him out at some Democrat event, and it did not go well. By the way, guys, there's a new feature on YouTube where you can hype videos. So be sure to like the video, hype the video. It helps out a lot. Appreciate you.
Last night in Maryland, and this is what he had to say.
I also know the story of America, like many of you. It's a constant push and pull between peril and possibilities. It's a battle that's never truly over. She had won the last election by 19 points. That seat just happens to represent a quaint little place you've all heard of, Mar-a-Lago. We're the United States of America. There's nothing. There's really nothing beyond our capacity if we act together. So let's get up and fight back, God darn it. I love you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Joe's getting lost again. He's getting lost again.
He still can't find his way off the stage. And, of course, this is not an indictment on Joe.
Why does Joe Biden always sound... Joe Biden sounds like he has false teeth. Aren't his teeth real? Why does he sound like he got dentures in his mouth or something? He always sounds like he's speaking when he's chewing bubble gum or something.
Biden, this is obviously an indictment on his family, on Jill Biden, and on Hunter. If Jill keeps doing this, Hunter needs to intervene and say, stop doing this to my dad. He sounds like he has marbles in his mouth. He's disoriented. It's not helping his legacy or his image. It's certainly not helping the crowd. I mean, here they are yelling Genocide Joe at him. Listen.
It's a constant push and pull between peril and possibilities.
Peril. I'm sorry, guys. I know everybody's going to get old someday. A lot of us will be lucky to even make it to Joe Biden's age. But for crying out loud, this dude need to go sit his goofy butt down.
It's a battle that's never truly over. And well, look.
Those are Democrats, of course, who have not forgiven him for allowing what happened in Gaza to happen under his watch. And so, it's just bringing up more anger in the party.
It's painful to watch. Remember we made fun of him for, as president, lying on the beach in Rehoboth, Delaware? Go back to the beach. You like it there. You can relax there. This being put in this position is really, you wonder if he really understands how bad it looks for him.
Yeah, and Democrats don't want him. The Democrats are ready to turn the page and move to the next candidates. They don't want this, and so...
Well, I think that's pretty clear because... the people who are rising to power, like the Democrat Party coalition in terms of, establishment, those people are going out the window. I already posted a video with people saying that Hakeem Jeffries was next. But not just him, you got Chuck Schumer here, went to this woke pride parade, and he got booed as well.
The first thing you never cried, not the last. Hi, everybody.
So, guys, it doesn't look like it's just going to stop. But a lot of people probably thought maybe it was going to stop with New York Mayor Mamdani. Didn't stop there. People thought it was going to stop with AOC. Didn't happen there either, right? So now you got more outright socialists coming into the party, full stop. In some cases, outright communists coming in. And the Democrat Party seems to be embracing these people. I'm not exactly sure why. Maybe it's because they, I don't know, want to free Palestine or something. I'm not exactly sure why. Maybe it's because they promise more free stuff than the establishment Democrats are willing to promise these days. Or maybe it's because they can actually deliver upon more free stuff and take more taxes from people in order to deliver stuff. I don't exactly know what the reasoning behind it is, but I know one thing is I guess they're just tired of these establishment losers. So I want to go ahead and react to another clip of New York Mayor Mamdani here discussing how the party is basically tearing itself apart at the seams. And I actually think this could be a huge benefit to the Republicans, but I'll get into that maybe a little bit later.
And you're hearing some not just dismissive, though. There's resentment. And this is from fellow Democrats who think that this could jeopardize Democratic chances in the fall. I mean, you've got Josh Gottheimer, a Democratic member of Congress, says, many of us believe, as do I, if you're a socialist, you are not a Democrat. And in fact, they put out a manifesto today. I don't know, have you seen this thing?
Sounds pretty socialist to me.
It's not a communist.
I mean, these are the guys who, again, they've been advocating basically for open borders, and they've been pretty anti-Semitic, basically supporting the terrorists. And now that those inmates are taking over the asylum, you can't put Frankenstein down. He's too strong now.
Manifesto. It's a moderate manifesto saying we are capitalist, not socialist. We believe in a growing, fair, and competitive economy, entrepreneurship, ownership. I mean, this is a direct response. They've made it clear to what you did here on Tuesday.
Well, I mean, that's great, but
I mean, that sounds an awful lot like Republicans to me. Just saying.
But they're saying that if you're a socialist, you're not a Democrat. I mean, is there room in the party for both of these views?
Yes, here I am. Here are so many more. And I think what makes our party a beautiful party is the fact that it's a big tent, that we have
But you've also said it has to be a party with a spine, with a backbone.
Yes,
So
even a tent has to stay up.
Yes, so does it have to stand firmly for these ideas that you're talking about that others are calling dangerous?
I think it has to stand for working people. And I think it has to be willing to fight for working people. And I think that there are some who are offended by the prospect of a party that knows who it fights for and goes every day to work for that. Because what we've seen over many years is a willingness.
You guys ever notice this guy? I mean, this guy is a master class in not answering questions. I mean, it's like perfection. If Kamala Harris would have been half as good as this guy, because she was doing the same thing, she just was more incompetent with it. Mamdani, you almost believe that he answered the question, the way he talks. But if you really listen, he really ain't answering a dang gum thing.
To not only explain away the status quo, but frankly, even to look to benefit from the status quo. And that's not what working people are looking for from our party.
As New Yorkers were going to vote, you said something interesting. You said the race for 2028 starts now, the presidential race. What did you mean by that?
Well, a lot of pundits ask me about this race and what it means and how to think about it. And at the core of Tuesday's results was a message from Democratic voters across the largest city in the United States of America about the kind of politics they want to see. And we know that we oppose the cruelty of the federal administration. What is it that we stand for beyond that?
So you can't just be anti-Trump.
You can't.
Obviously.
You got to have something you are not just willing to stand up for, but that you're also willing to...
What? You know how long people been saying that you can't just say that, like, John Fetterman said the same thing. You can't just say F Trump. Like, they got literal advertisements like F Trump, or they just cussing on advertisements and, you know, they bleeping it, but it's, I guess, supposed to be funny or something. But guys, Mamdani is saying the most common sense things. You know, look, this guy's going places. Not because he's a great politician, but because of how incompetent the Democrats have become, to where nobody else is saying what this guy is saying. He's saying basically F Trump, and here's what I support. Look, I mean, I got to give it to him. He's already leagues ahead of the establishment Democrats on that front.
Now, you know, there's been a lot of attention. One of the candidates you supported, who knocked off an incumbent Democrat, is Darlisa Villa-Chalier. She said some very controversial things, including calling for the abolition of prisons, couldn't say whether or not somebody who had committed murder should be in prison, called for open borders against all deportations, including those of violent criminals.
Yikes.
Are those positions that the Democratic Party could win on nationally?
I think what the Democratic Party can win on nationally is a focus on working people. And I think that what I saw from Darlisa when I would walk the streets of her district was a focus on what she describes as a politics of life. She would talk.
You see what I said about this guy not answering questions? He just ignored all of the stuff that John called, like, hey, this woman's trying to abolish prisons and to say no borders at all, no police. I mean, he didn't say nothing about none of that.
But how does abolishing prisons or having open borders fit into that? I mean,
exactly.
Those are ideas that a lot of your Democrats that are warning
answer the
about.
question, big dog. Stop dodging. You look like Neo from the Matrix right now. Go back a little bit.
A lot of your Democrats that are having open borders fit into that. I mean, do you see how those are ideas that a lot of your Democrats that are warning about what happened here say are toxic. Most of America won't go along with it. Are bad ideas. They're dangerous ideas.
I think what the focus of her race was, what the focus of her candidacy was about the struggle that working people are facing. And I think that we can have disagreements on policy positions. What we have to agree on is what are we fighting for and who are we fighting for? She showed that in her race, and I think that many people will come to appreciate that in her leadership to come.
So we can disagree on something as basic as whether or not there should be prisons?
That's
not your position.
There are prisons,
yes.
And what we're also showing in this city is that safety is not something that's up for debate.
And that's the direction that the party should go in terms of selecting a candidate for 2028.
I think the direction that the party should go in is how best to fight for working people. I think we need to have a platform and a vision that doesn't sound as if it was cooked up by consultants, but instead one that you would say in response to someone who's asking, why can't I afford my rent? Why can't I afford my groceries? Why can't I afford my childcare? We need to make clear who we stand for, how we're going to stand for them, and that we're actually willing to fight for them when the going gets tough.
You know, the thing that's crazy about this Mamdani guy is, in terms of the problems, he's great at diagnosing the problems. It's just that the solutions of, well, we're just going to make everything free, I don't think that works. That's basically all really communism is. Communism's like, socialism is basically just communism light. It's like a lower level version. You know, it's like the free trial period of communism is basically socialism. And Mamdani basically wants to deliver it free, which means taxpayer dollars. That means somebody pays for it. He already had promised that he was going to raise taxes on millionaires and billionaires, and instead of being able to do that, he ended up having to raise it on middle class people, right? So,
and if we do not go down the first path, the city will be forced down a second, more harmful path. Faced with no other choice, the city would have to exercise the only revenue lever fully within our own control. We would have to raise property taxes.
And unfortunately, I don't know, due to propaganda or something, this is where the Democrat Party has gone. I do think that the establishment kind of allowed these more progressive, more socialist, communist types to come into the party and be these loud voices because they were so desperate for a W. Well, congratulations. You got a couple W's on the board, but at this point, it looks to me like you kicked off your own dang team. But these are just my thoughts, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new. I appreciate you guys watching. I'm out. Shout out to my members, patrons, and fellow anomalies, Cyber Noodle, 655, The Great, Bella Scott, Carpentier John, and Pinecone 6. I appreciate you guys every single day.
We'll teach Donald Trump a valuable lesson. Don't mess with the women in America unless you want to get them.
No.